welcome to Pint-Sized. My name's Ollie, and this is a cupboard clean. Welcome to the show, thanks for stepping in. Now I had to bin our original episode plan for reasons that you'll see if you go to twitter.com/Ollie Hayden or facebook.com/Pint-Sized Thinking. Life is a constant plug of my social media. So we scrapped that and I delved deep into the drinks cupboard. Now most beers that arrive, for example from Honest Brew, go straight into the fridge. I try and review them as soon as possible. Ones that I don't think I'm ever going to feature on the show, at least not as last resort, go into the cupboard. And you would have remembered, hardcore Pint-Sized fans, we did this a few years ago. We had a bit of a spring clean and we found some gems actually, I think from Cloudwater. Molto bene. Yeah, delicioso. Grazie. Today's a little bit different though because the three that I could track down, less excited to try out. Without further ado, let's get started. We're going to talk about them and review them instead of talk about them then review them. So first up, from Budweiser, it's their Prohibition Brew alcohol-free beer. They say Bud Prohibition is brewed in exactly the same way as Budweiser, with exactly the same ingredients. That's because their commitment to brewing great beer never changes, even if they go alcohol-free. They think the world needs a great tasting alcohol-free beer. This is the alcohol-free beer that actually tastes like beer. That's going to be really interesting because non-alcoholic beers, non-alcoholic drink options really had a bit of an explosion, mini renaissance, and probably in the past 9 months or so. I mean, people are going to kombucha. I don't know what that is. Is that a stew? And more craft breweries are doing their own non-alcoholic options to critical acclaim. So let's get this mass-produced one in a glass and see what it's like. So here we go, Budweiser's Prohibition Brew, alcohol-free, little black and white can. Actually think it's quite a cool looking can. No more than 0.05% ABV. 111 calorie. Let me know in the comments what your non-alcoholic beer or drink choice is to avoid the gloom of the designated drivership. Oh god, that tastes like syrup. There we are in the glass, golden. Probably a finger's worth of Whitehead. Quite big bubbles fizzing around in there. That's going to disappear shortly, I know that. Let's give it a whiff. Whoa, wow. Okay, it smells like a brewery. It smells like I'm standing in a brewery. Super malty, a little bit sweet, bit of caramel toffee as well. But yeah, mega, oh yeah, head's gone. Just yeah, malty, bready, toasty. Cheers. Okay. Okay, so wet. Wet cardboard, quite watery, kind of like a really badly made lemon squash. Really weak lemon squash. Someone hasn't bought Robinson's. They bought Lidl's alternative, Radler scent. Oh, it's so watery and thin in the mouth, as the fate that befalls many non-alcoholic beers. Yeah, it's just giving me nothing. A little bit of honey, weak lemon squash, wet cardboard. Really quite sweet talking through it as well. But it's not the best non-alcoholic beer in the world. Obviously not, it wouldn't have been. Okay, let's get rid of that big old bag of shit nails and move on to the next one. It's the Vedett Extra Session IPA. For that extra session. This 2.7% session IPA has been made with Centennial, Simcoe and Cascade hops with an initial burst of acidity, fading to refreshing crisp bitterness and hoppy aftertaste. Now Vedett, as many of you will probably know, is owned by Duvel Moortgat, based in Breendonk, Belgium. Duvel Moortgat are most famous for their Duvel, a beer called Duvel. Used to be called Victory Ale in the 1920s and was brewed at the end of World War I. Fun fact for you then. Just keep winking. What's going on? They've grown and grown since then and have picked up a number of breweries along their way, including Liefmans, Brasserie Dachouf, and probably most notoriously Firestone Walker. This, as I said, is the Vedett Extra Session IPA. The reason I haven't drunk this one, I don't know, didn't look very exciting. So here we are, the Vedett 2.7% Extra Session IPA. Little turtle on there. Slow and steady wins the race for this one, because 2.7% will get you straight to the line without a headache. Love these little bottles that Duvel do. Duvel do. Duvel don't. Oh my god, that's the worst thing ever. Okay, on the back it says 2.7% alcohol, 97.3% taste. Hashtag Vedett, hashtag extra, hashtag session, hashtag IPA. Personalised your own bottle. Oh, this is just all the social. This is a social networking in amongst itself. Get it into a glass and see what it's like. It smells like old whist. Oh my god, I think for the first time ever on Pint-Sized, I'm pouring this with the wrong hand. What is happening? Okay, there we are in the glass, the Vedett Extra Session IPA 2.7%. Advertises itself as slightly cloudy. Can't agree with that, it's almost completely clear. Loads of carbonation coming off the bottom. Nice head as well, probably two and a half fingers worth. Bright white. Let's give it a whiff. Oh, okay. Yeah, lemon orange, Belgian budgerigas, that's good. Oh, I want to drink that. Yeah, just sweet, kind of piney, fresh, orange, lemon. Yeah, smells great. Cheers! Okay, quite weird in the mouth. Quite kind of just very thin and stingy. Yeah, a bit of sourness talking through it. Tip of your tongue's kind of going. I don't know what's there. It's on the tip of my tongue. Oh my god, yeah! I mean, it's quite refreshing, quite juicy, a little bit peppery, but it tastes like a soft drink. It tastes like someone's got lemonade and put some wacky Belgian squash in it. So that low end of booze is going to really struggle to bring anything that isn't just big old wetness. Yeah, I mean, there's a low ABV beer. There's a lot better out there than this one. Didn't think I was going to go that way, did you? Okay, and finally from our cupboard clean out, perhaps from the deepest, darkest corners of the cupboard, this is Mann's Brown Ale. The original brown ale. So brown ale is a style that Mann's coined the term of. They're traditionally kind of brown, darker amber beers, traditionally made with 100% brown malts, but obviously more recent versions of it maybe don't keep to that tradition so much. They introduced the name brown ale in the 19th century, and the style's kind of just trundled along ever since. You get more kind of less bitter, medium bitterness versions like Newcastle Brown to a bit more hoppy versions like the Sierra Nevada Brown Ale. They supposedly have caramel chocolate flavours, they're strong, malty, nutty notes, and occasionally hazy. This one, interestingly, Mann's Brown since 1902. Quite like the label on this one, nice gold leaf on it as well. 2.8% this one. Another way low ABV, this is only 0.1% higher than the Vedett, and only 2.8% higher than the crap bag that we had at the start. Yeah, so on the back, first brewed at Mann's Whitechapel Brewery in 1902, the historic recipe produces dark, rich, full-bodied ale with a luscious flavour and hints of roasted creamy toffee. Roasted creamy toffee! Oh! It's worth noting now it's now brewed and bottled by Marston's in Wolverhampton. But yeah, the original one, I'm not sure how I feel about something that's caramelly, dark, rich, but 2.8%. Let's get in a glass and see what it's like. That's brown. That's brown. That is brown. There we go in the glass. It's basically a pint of Coke. Off-white head, a little bit of carbonation. But yeah, I mean, a pint of Coca-Cola, please. Looks a lot like Coke. Okay. Nutty, kind of toasty as well. There's a little bit of caramel, kind of, you get like a peanut butter sweetness, but also savoury. Cheers to cleaning out your cupboards. Whoa. Whoa. Okay. Okay, there's a wacky thing going on as soon as you put it in your mouth. Really kind of twanging twinjo bitterness there at the back. But yeah, the second it fades, you are left with this very roasty, kind of sweet toffee. It's a bit watery, bit watered down, bit thin. Obviously you get that with the low ABV, but there's enough body there to carry through that sweetness, and you do finish off with a kind of, well, I can't go over that weird first bit though. A little bit of chocolate there as well. It's smooth, but there's something too thin about it. I want it to be 8%. I want it to blow my chest off. I want it to blow my chest right off. So there you go, 3 very different beers. Budweiser's Prohibition. That was quite bad. The Vedett Extra Session IPA was also quite weird. Mann's Brown. Oh my god, we're not getting any better. We're not getting any younger, so I'm going to finish. Thanks so much for watching, and remember to subscribe, most importantly, if you like what you saw. And drop me a comment if you had any of those, or you'd rather I go out and buy some actual beer that... Thanks so much again for watching, and I'll see you all again next time.